Oh, you know I'm back, baby. Oh, you know
Let me see
I'm
your
back.
hands! Let me see your hands! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
911 calls about a domestic disturbance trigger a chaotic scenario where one split-second decision by police will result in a shocking tragedy.
No! No!
Whoa.
No! 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 No!
On March 16, 2024, police in Macomb, Illinois respond after residents at an apartment building report hearing screams from their neighbors.
Okay.
There's a piece of wood right there.
The man in front is Lieutenant Gok. Do you smell something?
Among the responding officers are Lieutenant Nick Gok and Officer Corey Cameron with the Macomb Police Department.
Imagine being able to build an app with your
in
name
the
on it.
flying
Just by thinking about
flabbergast
it.
is this,
Meet
bro?
Base 44.
Get off my screen, bro.
No one answers, and the silence seems inexplicable until the officers realize they're on the wrong side of the building.
Yeah. What trap did you get?
This weak ass jog.
Though they don't yet know it, the officers are headed toward a scene where 57-year-old Anthony George has unleashed a brutal attack on the woman he's seeing, 36-year-old Kiana Miller.
There's somebody coming back.
Yo, go. Okay, we getting somewhere.
The officers encounter the first sign of trouble, large red bloodstains smeared on the walls.
If that ain't a police knock, like I ain't never heard one.
Cone police, open the door. Huh? Cone police, open the door.
Waiting for a response, Lieutenant Gok has no way of knowing that he's only seconds away from what will likely be the darkest moment of his career. Just as none of them know that the apartment is home to a third occupant, Kiana's 4-year-old son, Terrell Miller.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
They kick that shit open with ease.
Get out! Get out! Get out! My son! Get out!
As Lieutenant Gok tries to usher Kiana out of the apartment, he keeps his gun trained on a naked Anthony George, who is holding 2 large kitchen knives.
His name Bomba Clap.
Anthony suddenly disappears from view, and when he reemerges, he's holding 4-year-old Terrell Miller at knife point.
Bro, I would have dropped him
Lieutenant Gok fires
immediately.
a single shot.
I'm not wasting no time, bro. He already standing there. I hear a kid. He making all the fast moves. He's getting dropped. I'm dropping at least 4 bullets, bro. 3 minimum, but 4 to be safe. He's getting hit. He's shooting what, a 9mm to like police standard? Yeah, bro. I'm letting that trigger fly. What the fuck? Wasting all the time. People in the house. He holding a knife. He got his balls out and shit. No one police at the door. Yeah, nah, bro.
And both Anthony and the child fall to the floor.
Oh. No! 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 No!
What the fuck happened?
We need lifeguard. We need lifeguard now. We have 1 kid down. 1 kid down.
Oh.
1 adult male down.
Did he shoot him?
Apartment 6 in the back of the building.
I didn't hear him shoot.
What do you mean, Jake? We got here security.
Oh, I think what happened was he shot him and the kid fell to the ground with him and the knife and the kid got stabbed by the knife. That'd be an insane sequence of events.
113, contact 105, 116.
You just punch a hole in the lady's wall, bro.
He's
gone.
What the fuck happened, bro? What the fuck happened?
Both Anthony George and 4-year-old Terrell Miller are dead. The investigation will later determine that the bullet hit Terrell in the head before passing through and striking George. Officer Cameron walks outside, her emotions welling up.
Yeah.
Nah, that shit don't happen, bro. That's fucking tough. That's a tough job to make and they're making less than $100K a year, bro. That is traumatic. Yo, imagine responding to a domestic abuse on one of your friends, like one of your friends are in a fight and their kid's there and they got shot in the head, bro, and you pulled the trigger. That's fucking tough. That is very fucking tough. And she doesn't even know these folks. But I know for a fact, everyone there that witnessed that shit is not getting any good sleep for the next like 2 to 3 weeks, bro. Maybe the next like 3 months, keep it a bean. Because that shit is crazy, bro. That's crazy. And what a sequence of events. I'm not even sure why she didn't have her kid around her, like protecting her kid. Why did she even have that dude just walking around her kid and he got a knife in his hand, 2 of them? That's just, you know what I mean? Like she ran out to save herself. I don't know the fuck kind of thought process was going on there. You know, motherly instincts usually kick in, defend you young. He's 4 years old. I'm not sure why you got him standing around, balls out, knife in his hand, smoking a cigarette and shit.
okay. Sorry. Part of it, okay?
I wouldn't even know how to react to
It will soon
this.
become clear that despite her emotions, Officer Cameron doesn't have a full understanding of what happened in that fatal moment. But she knows more than Kiana, who does not yet realize her son is deceased.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, bro. Who gonna tell the mom?
I will, but I need my baby. I need my baby.
Okay, I need you to sit down.
The only one right now who does know
shit.
exactly what happened is Lieutenant Gawk himself, and he can barely bring himself to talk.
Hey, are you good? No, I'm not. You want me to stick with you? Talk to me, brother.
Got nothing to say. What the fuck
Are
did
they
you
secure
say?
there?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna hang out with you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm right here with you, okay?
Clutching though.
Meanwhile, newly arriving officers get a version of the incident that isn't entirely correct.
Best I can tell, correct me at any point if I'm wrong. Domestic.
Okay.
Kiana Miller was stabbed.
Okay.
There's a deceased adult male that's naked and a deceased child.
Okay.
Appears gunshot wounds.
He stabbed him in the head.
He stabbed him in the head and then
Got
shot the
him.
guy.
Yep.
Okay.
But of course, that's not what happened.
116, 550.
Yeah, because to get stabbed in the head is a very, like, you know how much pressure you have to stab through a skull. I don't even care if he's 4 years old. Crushing a skull with a knife you have to have an extreme amount of pressure to even get through the skin barrier, and then let alone the bone marrow before you actually get to the skull. That's a lot of pressure you gotta have in order to go through a skull. So I doubt if that man was even able to possible to do that. But a bullet, much more reasonable. And the fact that the kid was instantly killed, I can already tell that's a headshot wound, because even if that other guy was shot with a 9mm and it passed through and they both died at the scene, the guy still would have been alive for at least a couple of minutes before bleeding out. Considering he only got shot once. But the kid that got hit in the headshot, yeah, bro. One tap headshot, bro.
I honestly don't know.
That's a GG.
I withdrew myself from it, so I know Kiana Miller had been stabbed. And I shot the suspect and baby.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, he knows, bro.
I'm getting here late. You shot the suspect?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, let's have a seat.
I don't know how they didn't realize that.
Lieutenant Gawk will later write that in the moment before taking the shot, He was in fear for the safety of the child,
Yeah.
anyone else in the apartment, and himself.
Yeah.
Listen. Hey, look at me. Look at me. Decisions were made that were out of your control, okay? You did what you did. I don't know what happened, okay? So
That sounds like the most blasphemous statement possible. Decisions that happened that were out of your control. He pulled the trigger. You cannot lie to that man's face. In his heart and soul, he will wake up knowing he pulled the trigger on a 4-year-old, bro. Very hard to take in. Very hard to take in, bro.
I don't want to go into it, but listen, trust that you made the right call, okay? To protect you and yours.
He made the right call. He just missed.
Okay, don't question
It's
your
tough.
judgment. Don't do that to yourself.
Kiana would later say that Anthony George, whom she'd been seeing for the last year, was intoxicated when she and Terrell arrived home that
After they
night.
told you that.
She told him she wanted to break up. Before
He got his balls out and there's a 4-year-old in the building, bro. Why are you walking around with your digging balls out, smoking a cigarette, and there's a 4-year-old literally right next to you with the door open? Yeah, bro, I think I gotta
for
go.
long, he was straddling her, holding a knife to her neck, and demanding sexual relations.
Oh.
During the act, he started cutting her. At one point, she tried to escape with Terrell, but Anthony dragged them back inside.
Whoa.
You can't control what other people do and the decisions that they make. Okay? Know that. Know that whatever happened, you acted with your training and experience, okay? And you had to handle things.
If I get another fucking ad, bro, I swear to God, bro. I swear to God.
EVE
man.
Online
Get the
is a
fuck off
vast
my screen, bro.
Okay?
Notably, Anthony George served 35 days in jail for domestic battery only 5 months earlier.
Oof.
Back outside the apartment, Kiana's family is still in the dark about Terrell's fate.
I
Bro.
need my nephews in there. I need my nephew out here. Well, I'm not leaving until I get my nephew. Okay, can you get my nephew out of there?
Bro, they don't.
What do you, okay, that's besides the point. That's my sister and my nephew's in there, and I want him out here with me.
Hey, just an FYI, if the police don't want you to see your loved one at the crime scene and your loved one is not walking out of the crime scene, your loved one's involved in the crime scene. Just an FYI.
There's no reason you can tell me no, sir. Why? My nephew does
Why
not need
else,
to be in
lady?
the crime scene.
Kiana is taken to the hospital, where she is treated for 25 separate lacerations.
Whoa.
According to the police report, hospital staff mistakenly told her family that Terrell was, quote, fine. Kiana herself says she learned the truth from her brother, at which point she let out a piercing scream.
Why didn't the police tell her? See, that's dirt, bro. Okay, for you to not allow her to find out who or what had happened to her 4-year-old son, and she has to find out through her own family, not the police themselves. That's dirt, bro. That's a real cowardly ass move, bro.
You good, brother? I know. All right. Hey, Nick's gonna be up there with you, okay? All right? You're good. You're good. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be all right.
Bro.
You're gonna be all right, buddy.
I don't think any of y'all are mentally encapsulating how much pain his soul is going through right now. He unintentionally killed a 4-year-old, bro. Like, how do you at gunpoint? He shot him in the head. It's not like he got into a car accident and people just died, and that's literally out of your control. You got into a car accident. Yeah. He shot a gun out of his hand, pulled the trigger, and missed, bro. And his missed shot hit a 4-year-old in the chromosome. Dog, you don't just, you're gonna be all right. Will he really, bro? He'll be fine. He might not go to jail for it, but is he gonna sleep well at night? Is he gonna have a good diet for the next couple of weeks? Is he gonna want to go out on patrol for the next couple of months? These are questions you gotta ask for real, because you might think like, yeah, I'm gonna just muscle through it and no emotions and I'm good. Broski, I promise you, at some point, those feelings or whatever the fuck just happened are gonna have to reside somewhere. Which is why he had nothing to say. You asking them, talk to me. Bro, what do you even say to that? How do you explain to somebody? You can tell them the story about what just happened, but how do you try and explain a scenario of how you're feeling, or something you've never felt before, that's never happened, and at the split second just change your entire outlook on that scenario, bro? Like, entire outlook. Literally 5 minutes ago, they were at the wrong side of the apartment. 5 minutes later, a 4-year-old's got a bullet in their head. People are down, and you're kicking indoors, bro. Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, this is a lot for a police officer. And I know if I was in his shoes, I'd probably just muscle through it anyway and be like, you know, not nonchalant, but I'm going to be realistic. Like, bro, he's already dead. There's not much I can do. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like you have to actually process that, because you got to think, if this was your son, right, or your nephew, or someone in your family that you knew that came over to your house, that you saw smile, you saw him losing his teeth while they're still growing because he's 4 years old, and then you find out he caught a bullet in the head from the police, you'd be like, what the fuck's going on, bro? What the fuck happened? You know what I mean? So it's a natural response when you're sitting there on the opposite end of the thing, where you're the person that actually, you know, pulled the trigger and made contact with the situation. The very different place that you're standing in, bro. You know what I mean?
You're all right. You're all right. You're okay. Okay? Nick's gonna be up there. All right? We're gonna take care of this.
In a federal lawsuit filed against Lieutenant Gawk and the city of Macomb, Kiana Miller's lawyer said this officer fulfilled the promise of taking care of this by signing off on the deadly force investigation that later cleared Gawk of wrongdoing. To this day, Nick Gawk remains listed as a patrol lieutenant at the Macomb Police Department.
Cameras go off now.
To be fair, I honestly don't think he did anything wrong. He clearly just missed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he saw a man in the hallway with a knife in his hand, smoking a cigarette, balls out, and a woman that's clearly bleeding and running for her life. He saw the man move and he pulled the trigger. I can't even sit there and get mad at him. Was his reaction time off? Bro, you really cannot try and like pinpoint who got the faster fucking trigger finger. That's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's one of those things where it's like, some folks just got it and some folks just don't got it. He clearly just missed. Like, there's no wrongdoing here. It wasn't intentional. He didn't try and take out the kid. The kid wasn't being held for a couple of minutes and he took a shot. No, that was a split second movement, 1 or 2 second movement at most, and somebody's dead. 2 people are dead off a bullet that passed through him. So he used the kid as a meat shield. That means you know what I mean? He already intended on shooting the guy, but the kid got picked up in the, you know what I mean? So he just missed, bro. Like, you can clearly see he just missed.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Gawk and the city of Macomb have asked the court to dismiss Kiana's lawsuit. In a statement to the press, the Macomb Police Department chief said, "I don't think in any way, shape, or form anyone felt that the officer's intent was to go in there and hurt young Miller."
Yeah, like, come on, bro.
After an unrelated incident, Kiana Miller pled guilty to aggravated battery in February 2026 and was sentenced to 30 months in prison. Watch our full videos as they were...
Wait a minute, she got jail time?
Kiana
bro?
Miller pled guilty to aggravated battery in February 2026.
So she ended up going back to jail off of something else in February, and she got 30 years?
To 30.
Oh, 30 months in prison. So she got what? That's like about 2.5 years in prison for an aggravated bat. Okay, so clearly she was the kind of woman that was into physical violence. So this isn't out of her norm. She's dating the guy that's in physical violence. This is why it's very important you have a good understanding of the environment in which things are going on, because that little kid wasn't safe to begin with. Whether or not he died to the police officer, he was sitting in a house with a grown man with his dick and balls out with 2 knives in his hand, smoking a cigarette. Mind you, this grown man isn't even his father. At least if it was his father, it'd be somewhat like, okay, you know, it's weird, but like, all right, whatever, dude. It's your father, right? It's your own male father. This is a grown random man that his mom's just dating, bro. No biological like connection at all. No psychological connection. This is a complete stranger. And he's just walking around, dick and balls out, beating his kid's mom. And this kid is 4 years old. So even if he did, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, you got to take it in perspective. Like, the setup that kid was in from the get-go was already toxic and bad. And to see that his mom got caught with an aggravated battery assault and got 30 months in prison, that just tells you there was way more to this dynamic than her trying to push a lawsuit against the police. People just try and do things that are idiotic. Like, She didn't even ask what the fuck happened or like look check for footage because she knows they're recording body cam. Maybe she doesn't, but the police could have offered her body cam footage of proof of like, yo, bro, there was no way this was an intentional killing of your 4-year-old. If anything, I would argue, if anything, this environment was completely toxic from the get go. Okay, he's got her in the apartment. She hasn't called the police. I'm pretty sure the neighbor called the police after hearing yelling. Right, started running out of the apartment. She didn't try to get any one of her neighbors to help call the police. The neighbor called the police on his own apparently because he, was hearing loud noises. She didn't try and contact the dude at the door, woman at the door. There was no real effort to ensure safety. And you can even see that when her split-second reaction to get away from the guy is to run towards the police. She didn't go run towards her child and try and get the kid safe and make sure that the kid would be... None of that. She ran away on her own on some save yourself shit. And that might sound harsh, but like if you watch the video with me, bro, this is facts. These are absolute facts, bro. She had 25 lacerations on her body. That means she's already getting stabbed. Why would she run away to the police and leave her child but the guy is stabbing her, bro? And he has 2 knives. And I might be saying, yo, bro, this is, not everyone's that smart or your thought process. Yeah, I get you. But I promise you one thing. If your house is burning and you only have a couple things you can grab with your hands outside of your body, what are the only things you're usually checking for? Your loved ones, your pets, and maybe some materialistic things if you're a good person. But if you're on some nut shit like Miss Kiana clearly is, bro. This is a 36-year-old woman catching an aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Use of a deadly weapon, bro. If she's getting caught with that, that just tells you what kind of person we're actually dealing with. So do I feel bad for the 4-year-old kid that got murdered? Absolutely, bro. Do I feel bad for this family? Absolutely, bro. If that was my nephew, I'd be fucking upset. I'd be really mad. But I'd be mad at the police. But I'd be mad at this entire situation here, bro. Because in reality, the police didn't do anything wrong. That man clearly just missed. And you can see the empathy in him when he keeps saying, I killed a baby. He doesn't even walk around with that, like, unremorseful, inconsiderate, just like, yeah, whatever it is, what it is. That's not at all how he's acting, bro. He's literally like in the moment as if that was his son or his child. I killed a baby, bro. He's very aware of what the fuck just happened. This is not ill-intentional. This is a regular shit hit the fan, bro. Shit hit the fan. And somebody got hit with the shit, they hit the fan.
Be months in prison. Watch our full videos as
I'm out of here, man. Out of here.